guys, if you can hear me over this, this is the creek that I normally hunt rocks in. A little squirrels running for cover. If you can tell or not, it's moving really fast. We're under flat flood warnings, and this is about, I would say, here's where I walk down. You can see the slight decline there. There's the bridge in the background. So it's up about 7 feet right now, and it's quickly rising. There's a big log that's already floated in right there. It's hung up in those trees over there, and that's about 20 feet long and 2 feet at least in its diameter. Well, as you can see, the log is gone. This is as close as I can get because the water is all the way over the bank. Where the trees are right here, it's the bank. There's more flowers going here. With banks, steps, water all the way over here now. That's where I was standing here. This is how much the waters went down. Here's where I was standing yesterday, and all this was covered in water. There's the creek. It started to take down the fence line here. We go over here. As you can see, that huge log is gone. If you look down here, there's the bridge. Waters went down about 6 to 8 feet. Yesterday, that water was touching the bottom of that bridge and about to come over the top of it. Thank God it stopped raining. You can see the water still moving pretty quick here. I didn't see that log anywhere. And it's further downstream. Check out what the flood brought me. I already picked it up, but it's an agate. You probably won't be able to tell from the image here. It's pretty dirty still, but definitely an agate. More than likely a seam agate. Now's the time to check for artifacts. You see this one? All these that have this shape, I'm picking up and checking. Those sharp edges like that. Those floodwaters will bring in arrowheads and different tools. Let me zoom out here. There's no water here, and I'm up on this high bank, and it acts as a natural sluice, and it'll wash the artifacts out from along the bank edge here, and then it'll get trapped in these areas, in these bigger rocks. So all of those little areas like in here is where I'm checking. Now that the floodwaters went down, we are going to go see what we can find. We had a water swirl right here yesterday, and you can see where all these rocks accumulated, and it's like that all over the property, all the way down the side of the creek. There's a bunch of them, so we're gonna go check them out, see what we can find. And right here where I'm walking, you can see there's all these little pieces. There's one there, there's one in the bank there, there's one right there, and there's are all quartz, chert, and jaspers. There's another one. Where did it go? Right here somewhere. But those are the ones that I'm looking for. So Let me pull these out. We'll see what we have. Well, there they are. Not what I was expecting. They're all tiny, but hey, where there's little pieces, there's big pieces. Check this out, guys. It's a small one, but this is, if you could tell, it's green, a lime green. So it's either going to be wave light or planarite. I have to get it cleaned up and look at it with the microscope and see what kind it is. Just right here. Just right here. From the floodwaters. They bring all kinds of cool stuff. I see all kinds of quartz laying right there. We're going to check those out next. Check out this piece I just found. Pulled it out of there. All I saw was the white. And then I flip it over. Pretty nice. Piece of chert. And kind of hard to tell, but there is some red here. Almost looks like there's trying to be some banding. I'm not sure. I'll have to clean it up and check it out. Oh my God, you guys. I got so excited. Check it out. Right there in that hole, I just saw this sticking up, right? Just like that. Yoo-hoo! I'm all excited and I pick it up and that looks like something. And then I flip it over and it's flat. So it's probably just a natural formation to chip off another rock. But boy, was I excited. This creek bank here is just full of minerals. Look at this. Everywhere. Everywhere. All these little pebbles, look. All different minerals. Finding quite a few of these too, where I think they were maybe a sandstone or a type of sedimentary rock, and they've mineralized. And this one looks like it might be a fossil. I'm seeing a little bit of pattern there. It could just be, quartz or common opal or something running through there where the rock's been opalized. Seeing some crystals and that little bug right there. And down in here, like I said, I'm seeing a little bit of a pattern right there in the middle. I have to get it cleaned up and check it out with the UV light and see what we got. I'm at the bridge now. That's about how far I've gone. Let's see. 30 yards maybe. You can see the gate right there. That's where I started. Just working my way down this bank. I'm going to let the water, see the culvert there. Once the water goes down, I'll walk along this edge down there. The water's edge there when it's lower. And there'll be all kinds of goodies in there as soon as that water goes down. But I couldn't wait. I had to come out now and at least start checking up here on the higher bank. Now here I think there used to be an old bridge. You can see part of the slab down in there in the dirt that went across. And that's the new bridge. But right here, where this water, when it floods, it comes all the way up here past this tree to where I'm standing, and even a few more feet to my left, even further. With this slight incline, pushes the water up, brings all those awesome rocks. You see where the debris catches here, and it'll swirl, leaving these big piles of rocks just for me. Found two more here. This one definitely got some pattern on it. It's a type of fossil. I don't know the type. You can see it here. It almost looks like one of those fudge. I can't think of the name of it. They used to kind of look like a big piece of lettuce. I think they were like a plant or a coral or something. This one, not sure what it is, but there's definitely some type of a pattern going on there. It could be like maybe a gastropod or something, a partial one in the rock. Definitely have to clean them up and check them out. This round shape here, like this concave shape, is definitely not natural, so we'll see. So I went to put this rock, this last one that I just found, in the bucket, and literally right here on the surface, it was this side up, and this right here caught my attention. Got some lines going down here. This little circle, half circle at the top right there. And then I flipped it over, and look at that. Something, I don't know what. It's definitely interesting. It looks almost as if you took a ribbon and you laid it on the table, and it goes this way and folds back, and goes this way and folds back. Kind of what it reminds me of. And it's all mineralized. It's full of dirt, but there's definitely going to be some crystals there. More than likely some druzy crystals. But it'll be pretty interesting to get this one clean and see how it turns out. Alright, check this one out. I pulled it from right here. Look at all this crazy pattern and stuff going on the surface here. Super weird shape. Look at that. Isn't that weird? Something going on here. I see a circle right there, half a circle. Can't wait to get this one cleaned up. Check it out. I just picked this one up. I think it's just a maybe a iron concretion or something. I don't know. But look at the flow pattern here. Can you see that? Look at this. Isn't that awesome? There we go. I just thought it was super cool. Dropped it. Anyway, I just wanted to share it with you. Thought it was a pretty one. Same area. You can see here my previous holes that I'm picked up the rocks on them right here in this debris line, and I found this one. It's got a hole there in the middle. It looks like it might be a partial shell maybe, or I'm not sure. It's definitely got some roundness going on to it. And I always check the other side of the rock because, like maybe it's the flow pattern. See how the flow pattern is here? But that doesn't really translate to this. It's almost, if I had to say it reminded me of something, it reminds me of the little sceptra, I think that they're called. The little lines in between of, like similar to something like an ammonite gastropod. And this one's got some mineralization too. I can see under the dirt there some little crystals. So can't wait to clean it up and see what it is. I seem to have found a hot spot here where this water swirl was going on. Here you can see all the debris. And I found a couple more pieces. This one seems quite odd. I'm going to clean this one up and check it out. That might just be some carpet rock. That's pretty common here in Arkansas, but it's hard to tell with it that dirty. This one, you see in the middle, still has some shell. It looks like shell. I say shell vaguely, but let's just say fossil. It's got something still on the surface there. What it is or was, I have no clue. But that's the fun. Getting it home, cleaning it up, and studying it, researching it, and trying to find out what it was. I seem to find these quite often. I'm not sure what they are. Can you see the lines in there going east and west? I just haven't figured out what it is yet. I've done some looking online, some mineralization there, and I can't seem to find anything. And this, once it's wet and cleaned up, looks like, I don't know, maybe like opal or agate or chalcedony, I'm not sure. Some kind of white mineral with these lines in it. And I'll do, at the end, I'll have all these cleaned up and so you can get a better look at them. But if you know um, what this is, or if you have any suggestions on, see, there's some more lines going that way. Any suggestions on what to look up or point me in the right direction, or I'd really appreciate it. Just found this one right, right here along the edge of the bridge here, and it's got a lot going on. Let's see here. There's something here. Part of it kind of looked like maybe the flower part on the crinoid. Got some impressions, it looks like here. That kind of looks like one there. It's hard to tell. I'll have to get it cleaned up and check it out. Definitely something right here. I can see where it's raised. So that'll be fun to check out. Um, Another one here. As you can see, I'm only that far. I was just right there along that edge there on the bridge. And now I'm right here. I don't know, maybe 10 feet. And check this guy out. Look at that. See that pattern in there? Yeah, I should have brought my squirt bottle. Something pretty interesting going on there. We'll have to give that one a clean as well and check it out. The flow pattern's going this direction, so I don't think that it would cause this circle on this side like that. So we'll see. Get it all cleaned up and get it checked out. Oh, guys, talk about a heartbreaker. Look at this side. It's broken. But look at this. Look how cool this is. It's round. And you can see something going on right there. Swirl type pattern. I'm still going to wash it off even though it's broken and check it out because that is really interesting. It could just be some mineralization that formed like that. We'll see. Curiosity killed the cat, right? I wanted to give a shout out to City Rockhounding. You know, you just did the video the other day. Always make sure where you set your backpack or your bucket and check this one out. Exactly like he said. Look at the pattern here. You can see where the middle was here. Pretty dirty. Still a cool find. Oh yeah, shout out City Rockhounding. Thanks for the tip. I'm going to take all the finds here, get them in there, get them soaking and cleaned up so we can see what we have. And then I'll show them here at the end, all cleaned up so you can see them. Here we go. Day 2 of looking for the mysterious missing log. If you remember correctly, it was over there. And I still haven't seen it yet. So let's go see if we can find it. And what else we can find along the way. I'm up on the bridge now. And to your left here, that's where that big log was. And I can see all the way down the creek here, and I don't see it anywhere. And that's going downstream. The log certainly didn't go upstream, which is this direction. So I'll have to go downstream and see if I can find it. But first I'm going to go over here because I see a bunch of new stuff washed up right there now that the floodwaters have receded, and go check out what's there. Down at the creek bank now, down under the bridge here. I'm going to start checking this area here to see what all I can find. If I find anything good, well then, you'll be the first to know. Well, second. Well, the dogs got their find of the day. The water washed over a cow bone. There's all kinds of cow pastures all right down in there along the mountains. There's lots and lots of cow bones that will wash over, and then the dogs get their find of the day. Just look how beautiful that is. Looks like a storybook. Now I'm not going to lean over too far. You see the edge here. You see the roots. I'm about 10 feet up on the bank, and that's how high the water was. If you see on that side, it looks like a path, but that's actually where the water erodes constantly right there. All along there. That's how high the water up. You see where it's taking out all the dirt here from under the trees. I know you can't tell from here. I'll try to find something to put it in size perspective for you. This tree at the base is probably 7 feet wide. The bridge is all the way over to the other side of the creek and down. Come here. Let's see if I can get a dog over here. Alright, that's the root, and there's my foot. That's just at the base here. Let's see if that'll give it. Oh, no, stay over there. Nah, they're not going to cooperate. Yeah, probably more than 6 or 7 feet. I think it might be more. From like here to right there. Yeah, it's definitely longer than I am. Just right here to there. There's always so many cool things when you're out walking the creek, looking for rocks, or have your metal detector, or you're bagging it out. So much Mother Nature has to offer. Look at that beautiful fern. How pretty. You see that beautiful field of just bright yellow flowers over there? Look at all of them. Now, we were just up there on the top of that bank. So now we're going to start down here. Go all through these. All the way to this end. Then we're going to cross over and hit that bank down there. And there's another bridge way down there. I just set my bag down and look. The very first one I see is this one right here. And once again, those sparkles caught my eye. You know those rockhounds, if it's shiny and sparkly like that, we're like, ooh, they're precious. Let me zoom out here. I think this one's just going to be some sandstone or limestone maybe. A lot of times there's fossils in these, which this one does seem to have a little bit of pattern right here. Maybe just a little piece of fossil on there. You can see where it's all mineralized, opalized, and druzy-eyed, and all shiny. So pretty. But that was just the very first one I saw. We still have lots to check out. So I'll see you when I find something. Look at this big one. I think this one might have a fossil in it. And if you see here, these lines, those are usually not natural lines in a rock. But sometimes they can fool you. Let's look at this side. hard to tell. Let's see. Yeah, I see a little pattern here. Whatever it is, it's really pretty. Here's another one of those uh, brown ones that I found earlier. I think they're chert, maybe. I'm not sure. If you could see here, this beautiful layer going through here. And this rock is just gorgeous. I mean, look at that. That flow pattern there. And then check this side out. Let me zoom in so you can see this. Let's see. Can you see that? Look how pretty. You can see the banding coming through on this side. Right through here. Look how red it is on the inside. This broken area here. Look at that. So pretty. Just imagine what that would look like. Cut open. So I just put the rock down with the lines. And look at this one. You see that? It's got this half circle up here is raised. And then this circle on the end as well. Just found this one. This one looks like I saw it and the sun hit it glistening. I just thought it was druzy. Quartz on the top. I didn't think it was anything else. And I picked it up and I looked at it. And you can see it's a type of fossil. I'm not sure which one. There's definitely a fossil there. The bottom's all covered too. You could see that. Look at how beautiful it just glistens. It's even covered with dirt. Covered in dirt and it's still beautiful. How many of us can pull that off? Just look at that. That'll be fun to get home and clean up and try to figure out what it is. Well, I set this one down. I turned around and get my backpack. And this one was to my right. Again, just another beautiful, beautiful stone. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. It's a weird shape, isn't it? It almost looks like coral. That quartz running all the way on the top. Look, this shape, this weird squiggly ribbon looking shape is up here too. You see that? Almost looks like the top of a maybe a gasopod. It could be coral too. I have to take it home and get a better look at it. Check that one out. I'll call these one. Call them all the way arounders because I know there's a name for it and there's a story that goes behind them, an old legend or wives' tale. When the circle goes all the way around, like if it had banding with a circle around it, see the quartz going all the way around it like this. It's continuous. You're supposed to make a wish and throw it back in the water, and your wish comes true. I'll have to look it up online and see if I can put that down at the bottom. Get a link so you can read about it. It's really cool. I'll give a big shout out to a friend of mine, Alabama, USA. Here's to you. And one of those pieces of mud, they get you every time. Just found this one right there, just sticking up out of the water. And look at how gorgeous. It is bright yellow, orange, like a golden color. You could see how, ooh, that sun, here we go. See how it just runs all through there? See some lines going here. We've got right here, like, looks like quartz running through there. Oh, yeah, it does. It goes all the way around. Right here actually looks kind of fossil-like, as you could say. Definitely raised up off of the rock there, as you could see that. We've got a circle, half a circle right there. Just look how pretty. Look at that. I think this one might be, it's super heavy. Oh yeah, look at all that quartz in there. I think this one runs all the way through here. Might be banded chert or Jasper. You see those lines going east and west? Just absolutely beautiful. Look at that. That one's definitely coming home with me. Alright, now I just found something super cool. I'm going to try and turn this to where you can see it. Do you see the pattern? I just saw this online this morning and I can't remember the name of it. It's, oh man, it was a tree or a coral. I can't remember. I have to look it up. If you could see that. Almost like square. I don't know how to describe that. It's hard to see this way. I think that's the best view there. Super cool find. And as soon as I get online and remember the name of it, I'll put it below. See, I've only made it that far from my little pack. Just like I said, this is such a great area for fossils and all kinds of stuff. This is also right down there. I found a arrowhead. I found just all kinds of amazing stuff. Speaking of fossils, I think this one might have one right here. I can't tell if that's natural or if that's from calamites. We have calamites here, which is, you see the end there? I think that might be what that one is. I can see here on the end where it's, I guess you would say, embedded in the rock. And it gives you those lines like that. Anyway, I believe that's what that one is. Kind of hard to tell. It's definitely a type of sandstone here, and that's usually what they're found in. And this one's, uh, I mean, when you touch that, it just feels like Jasper or Chert or something. Pretty cool. And then look, there's some more. There's one here. There's one here. This one's got a nice crystal sticking up off the top. Bling, bling. Blingity, bling. Okay, go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This side is completely covered as well. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? This one's got a slight curve to it. Looks like it might be a gneiss. Let me get that wet. Let's see here. I don't know if you'll be able to see that banding there. Running east and west. It's completely covered. And this other one, let's see. Oh, a little bigger than I thought. That one looks like it's got a little pattern going on, huh? Kind of agate light. Wow. Really cool. Yeah, see, it's got that this thing on the end there, the way it's shaped. Hmm. I don't know. Let's see what else we can find. Not even 5 steps. Just picked this one up, which is going to be a concretion, I guess you would call it. It's got beautiful quartz running all through it. And a lot of times it'll have seam agates. And then I look to my right, and there's this guy. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And like I said, I always check these because these ones usually have fossils or impressions. A lot of times have impressions. This one is loaded. See it sparkling there? Just look at that. How pretty is that? Alright, let's see what else we can find. Found another cool one here. This one looks like possibly have a fossil there. That spider looking veins that just run all through it. this side, it's wet. You can't see the druzy, but there's this odd shape here, which is usually not natural. It's usually a fossil. But the more I look at this one, it does look like another one of those iron concretions or sandstone. Not sure what they're called, but definitely seems to have like some quartz maybe or an agate running through the middle there. You can see that. Really pretty. And this area that I'm looking in today here is where I find lots of fossils. So I'm really excited to see what we can find. I just stood up and all of a sudden that big guy right there in the middle caught my eye with the sun hitting it. Now that I'm walking with the sun to my back, and there's another one. Look, you use the sun to your advantage and it'll help you. Wow. Let me zoom out here. Look at this big old guy. Isn't that pretty? Look at how the light just dances across those crystals. They're like a bunch of little tiny ballerinas just dancing around. I believe this one's going to be the same thing. You can see even the interior of the rock has got quartz in it. I think it's going to be a sandstone or an iron concretion. I'm seeing some rust right there, but just look at that. That entire top is just loaded. And there might even be some little fossils in here, seeing some almost half circles as if it was maybe a half of a crinoid there. So pretty. Let's check out this other one right here. Oh, this is kind of weird shaped. Might just be a broken one. I'll wash it off. Let's see what we got. Yeah, not as pretty when it's wet, but once it dries, it goes back to being all sparkly and pretty. Definitely mineralized. All kinds of quartz going through there. Look at that. It's like spider webs in there. There we go, get it to focus. If you could see that. Yeah, I think this one might just be broke off of another one. And it broke at its weakest point, which is where the seam was. And that's where the quartz usually goes through, is through the seams and grows in there. Still a pretty one though. This one's super cool. I'm thinking it's iron concretion. If you can see on the end there, the banding going around. It's pretty weathered. You could check it out where the quartz has ran through it. See the lines on that side? Might be a regular sandstone too. Super pretty. Check this one out I just found. Let's see, can you see that? Look at the banding on this guy. And I don't see it on this side, but then it continues. That band connects from that side all the way around to all that chalcedony goodness. The end is all covered here. Definitely have to take that home and check it out. Maybe cut it open and see what's inside. Oh, today's my lucky day. I literally just found another one. Probably went to the first one I threw. They look like the same color and everything. So here's for a second wish. Here we go. Not sure what you would call it. Maybe a conglomerate. If you could see that from the sun, but it's just loaded with, I don't know, maybe some chalcedony or quartz just running on through it. It's super heavy. So imagine it's going all the way through. See it all the way around here. It's definitely got some kind of mineralization going on in there. Found a beautiful piece of chert. It's all brown on the outside, but when you get into the inside, where all the beautiful colors and designs are in it. Another piece of that beautiful druzy quartz all over it, just sparkling. Look at that. They're everywhere. The entire bank here is just glittered, sparkling. There's another one. They're just amazing. Ooh, look at that. I have to dig that up and see what that is. I just found this one. I think this one might be a quartzite. I could be wrong. I'm not I think so. But just look at that flow pattern there. Isn't that just beautiful? Pretty blue, almost green color to it. I was thinking maybe quartzite, but now that I'm looking at it, it might actually be um, sandstone that opalized. I'll have to see if I can look that up online and tell what it is. Whatever it is, it's pretty. Here's the other side. The other side seems to be completely covered with quartz, a layer of quartz, and then it's got almost like a second generation of Jersey quartz or something that's formed on top of there. Just stunning. Just found this guy. Doesn't seem like much right here, but once it's cleaned up, it's beautiful, beautiful light gray, almost sky blue color. And I believe it's Chert. Um, I could be wrong. I'm still super new at this, but it's really pretty. Just spotted another one right there, glistening in the sun. See it? Oh, I think that one's broken. Might just be a little cluster. I'll have to check it out and see. Well, here's my first find. It's a little one, but it's a full crystal. Can't quite see it. I got the stun in my eyes if it's double terminated, but I definitely see a single termination. I'll have to look at it closer. But it's super cute. Look at that. Just spotted this one right here. The sun caught it. It caught my attention. Not sure if this one is feldspar or quartz. It's got a peach tint to it. It's kind of hard to tell. Have to clean it up some and see what we have there.